Hello there everybody, this is Krista and welcome back to Crochet Witch Tarot. And today we are doing a VR of sorts to a video recently put out by Thea from Garden Goddess Tarot. I don't remember the exact title, something about like basically probably very close to what I'm titling this, if not exact. Basically, decks she doesn't use or hasn't used much, and what I am meaning for this to be is not even like necessarily even putting any of these into a like purgatory bin or anything. Not saying they won't, but I just kind of wanted to go through my deck, see like, okay, I haven't used this much or at all. Let's pull them out, take a look at them, because I feel like sometimes with me it's just like it's an object permanence thing where I just need to have it in my line of sight again and get that inspiration back of like, oh yes, like that's what I wanted to do with that. So that being said, I think we should just get right into it. And we're gonna start off with the Shakespeare Tarot Oracle, whatever it is. I didn't even finish the bag for this. I feel like that's not no good. So this is an out-of-print deck, but you can find it for not crazy prices comparatively. I think I maybe got this for like $40, I want to say, off eBay. And it is sold as an oracle, set up like a tarot. But what I really loved about this deck is that each of the minors has a quote from Shakespeare, which I think is really, really neat. Then the majors are all main characters from many of Shakespeare's plays. And so, well, I really love this deck. You'll have to excuse if you hear Paul gaming in the background. I really do like this deck. I love the cardstock on it. I love the size. I think just because it's sort of like, it feels like it almost hasn't made up its mind. Like, are you a tarot or are you an oracle? Like, what's the answer? I don't know. And also probably, it's on me because I don't know all of these characters super well enough to get something out of it on my own. So I feel like I don't use this much because I'm not sure where it lands. However, looking at it now, the thought in my head is now that I am doing my morning readings differently, where I'm picking out a few decks, usually like 2 to 3, and just pulling a single card from each, I kind of think this could pair really well with certain things in that way. I think this could be really cool as a daily, I love this, as a daily pull kind of deck, right? I think it could really work in that way, and now I am tempted to keep this out. It also feels a bit more like a fall time, winter time deck to me. So I guess I should preface this by saying that I keep whatever, I kind of categorize my decks by season pretty heavily. So the decks that feel more fall winter to me, during the spring and summer, they're stored in my hope chest storage thing that I have. And so I did open it up and just kind of take a quick look and pull out, I think I maybe pulled out 3 that were like really obvious to me, but otherwise I didn't really go there because I'm not currently using them. So it, I don't know, feels like I can't really make that call, you know, of like, have I used you, have I not? Well, it's like, well, I don't remember. So, anyway, that's that preface. Next up, the fantastic Menagerie Tarot. This one makes me kind of sad. This is a bougie deck. It is a bougie deck, so it was not cheap for me to buy. This is from Baba Studios. And like, looking about this deck, thinking about this deck, I mean, I am a children's librarian. Don't you think this should be so perfect? I mean, that's why I bought it, because it's all illustrations by, I'm gonna forget his name. Ooh. J.J. Granville, yes. Who illustrates many, many children's books. Or did illustrate many children's books. So it's an art style I am so accustomed to and love so much. But I don't know, I got this deck so long ago and have barely used it. And I can't really say I am someone who gets precious about their decks, so I don't think it's that. I don't think it's like the price tag that was on it, because I've got decks that definitely probably cost me more than this that I like use to death. So I don't know. I don't know what it is about this one. I pulled it out today just to kind of play with. And I almost feel like I need to really go through each card and even maybe read. I got the big guidebook with it, read that. But it's almost like there's some sort of disconnect right now that I don't feel like it's a permanent disconnect. But I'm just not sure. And you know what? I have to say, I have the Victorian Romantic Tarot as well. And I don't use that too much either. I didn't include it in this video because I've used it more. I can't say like I haven't used it like with this one, but I don't use it much and I don't really know exactly why that is. And it's something for me to explore. I think that's the point of me wanting to do this video, is I just kind of want to explore, like, is there a common thread between some of these decks, or is it just like I need to kind of just pull them out again and take a look. So that is the fantastic Menagerie Tarot. I think this is another one going in the category of like, let's just leave it out in my line of sight. See what happens. Okay, next. The Endless Oracle. This is from the same creator that makes the Inkwitch Tarot. I backed this on Kickstarter before having the Inkwitch Tarot. That is one, the Inkwitch Tarot I have now, and Andy actually sent me her copy. Let's zoom this in a little, why don't we? Do you like how I made it pretty? Everyone compliment. Kidding, I am kidding. After I got this Oracle, she sent that to me to try them out together. And I don't know. This is just one where, again, it feels like there's a disconnect, but I love this artist's style, and I really appreciate the imagery going on. I just think there's something missing for me here, and I'm not sure what it is. I really love the story element going on here, which is what drew me to it in the first place, that these cards really build a story. It's one that if you lay it all out in order, it makes a picture. I think that's really neat. I don't know if maybe it's the limited color palette though, which this blue color feels really magical to me. And I think it could be interesting if it was paired with another tarot or oracle. Like, look at this fairy ring card. I think I'm also not a huge fan of the font though, and how big the font is. Now that I'm looking at it, I don't think I love that. Personally love that choice, but that's besides the point. Like, paired with another story-based deck. Like, maybe if I paired it with my Tarot in Wonderland, or I have the Literary Tarot now, that could be a cool pairing. I don't know. I know the tarot version of this is in the works, and I'm curious to just see more. But this is one that I don't know. I don't really know that it's working for me. I would like to give it a bit more of a try. Again, especially since all of these decks I haven't used since I kind of switched around the way I do my morning readings. And I find that the way I do it now works for like a larger variety of decks that I have, since it's just one card. And I think this could be cool paired with some other oracle. I'm not sure what, but I don't know, looking at it again now, I'm like, ooh, maybe this could work. I don't know. I'm really on the fence on this one. If you have this oracle and use it with a tarot that you really love the pairing, definitely let me know. Because it's just one that I can't seem to let go of, even though, honestly, this one has been sitting in my little purgatory box, but that is the Endless Oracle. And I want it to work, I just want it to work out, you know? So that's that on that. Alright, next we've got the Mendevian Oracle. I love this one. I really do. I think the whole idea is so cool. The way it was done is beautiful. The artwork is amazing. So this is an oracle that turns the scientific table, all the elements, into basically a fantasy character. And the guidebook tells you about that element even. It goes into like the science behind it and weaves it into this story around the character that is like your guide almost. And this even, it showed up in a deck speed dating. And even from that though, I think my problem with this deck is that it just doesn't pair well. It doesn't, like visually, it's purely visually. It just has not worked for me with another deck. But now that, hold on, now that I have it out, this is kind of, we're kind of playing today too, just so you're aware. Wondering if it would go with the Devas of Creation I recently got. Let's just take a quick look. Because I know what's holding me back from using this deck is, it probably sounds so silly, but just the visual aspect of it for me is really important. It's just part of that work. And I just don't have anything that goes. But now I'm kind of wondering if this could. Let's see. Ooh, look at how the colors work there. Wait a sec. Might have just solved my own look at that. I might have just solved my own problem. Do you even believe it? What the heck? I think the colors are like perfectly pairing up. Wait, this is kind of oh my gosh! Wait, this is fun! This is so magical. It just keeps happening. Let's do it again. And what? It matches! Come on! Okay, again. Okay, that's not as good. Come on. Yeah! Okay, that's so fun. It's like a surprise. Surprise! Kinda. No, that one's not so good. Let's see this one. Oh, doesn't that look like his face, though? Alright, wait, I might have just solved my own thing there. Regardless, back to the Mendevian Oracle. Sidebar, okay. Yeah, I just haven't used it since I got it. Not to say I haven't at all, but it's been really sparingly for how excited I was about this deck, and still am. I don't know, it's just like I just didn't have it figured out how I wanted to use it. I do think that pairing is giving me hope, though. I love the keywords, too. You do get a keyword on here. I also kind of think it would pair well with the, any of the Kim Cran's decks, and I'm kind of interested to get the alchemical one. I think that would have a similar feel to this. I think that could be really cool. So, that's the Mendevian Oracle. I really like this one. It's just, me not using it is more about, I'm not really a single card draw kind of gal. I want to bring out multiple decks, and I haven't paired it. You know, it just hasn't really worked that way. Alright. And next, we've got this guy. This is the Graven Images Oracle? Question mark? Is that what it's called? Yes, Graven Images Oracle. I pretty much have not used this one. First of all, the cardstock is not good. Look how it came to me this way. Granted, with this like weird bend up here, granted, I bought it when it came like back in print. I don't know if it still is. This was a while ago now. So it wasn't expensive. I haven't used it. And I don't know, maybe it's just a factor of it doesn't feel in season to me. I do think it's really cool. I love graveyards, so that looks like boba. Doesn't that look like boba? Anyway, I'm excited to have this. It's just, I don't know. I've not been pulled to use it, and part of me does wonder if, like, I'm not usually really, like, that way about cardstock, but part of me kind of feels like I probably was annoyed that it came that way. I don't know. Whatever. It's alright. It's really not a big deal. But yeah, I don't know. I think this is one that I probably really do need to just wait until it's fall and winter, because right now I'm like, I don't even know what I would put this with, but that could make sense in the way of, well, it probably pairs a lot better with fall and winter feeling decks, and those are not out right now for me, so it is neat though. Yeah, I think I just need to probably just put this one away until fall time. I think it's going to be a lot of fun in fall. Even though I would have liked to kind of use this year round, but I think, and not to say I won't, but maybe that initial bonding needs to happen when it's just, the spook is in the air, you know? So that is the Graven Images Oracle. Next, we've got the, oh my goodness, names. See, I'm not even knowing the names of some of these. So bad. This is the Greek Goddess Tarot by Ellen Lorenzi Prince. I haven't used this one. I just haven't. I love Ellen Lorenzi Prince's art style. I initially didn't really think I was going to get this one because I didn't have an interest, or a huge interest in like solely working with the Greek pantheon. But then I got Thea's Hellenic Oracle, and that just totally changed the game for me entirely. And I really, really have an interest in just learning more about that. And so I got this tarot because I love Ellen Lorenzi Prince's decks, and just having the indie form of her decks, I think, I don't know, they're just really, they feel special, they're really nice quality. I have her Tarot of the Crone, but then I have the mass market Dark Goddess Tarot, which, you know, has its interesting things. I'm sure everyone is familiar that, you know, just the cardstock isn't great. Super shiny. They kind of did some image card layout redo from the indie version. And so I am interested in just kind of having her decks because they seem to come around for me as like, there will be a time I'm interested, that I want to be working with them. And again, I'm really not usually this way. If I know something is coming out mass market, usually I'm gonna wait, because I would, you know, if it's something new for me to try, I'm just gonna want to wait for the mass market price. But for some reason with her decks, I'm just kind of like, I want to have these indie copies. Not even to say that like any of these others are coming out mass market, but I just know if it came down to it, I would be happy to have these indie copies. So that's kind of was that a dual reason why I got this, but I don't know. It's just not, this one isn't kind of hitting the same way as the Dark Goddess and the Tarot of the Crone, right? That's the title. Does. But I kind of think I just really need to give this the time of day and just kind of figure it out. I don't know what it is that's not really clicking for me. I think I really got to give it a good working with, you know, and I haven't done it. So that is the Greek Goddess Tarot. I almost feel like I should leave this out too. I've got to like a pile of going away and pile of staying out right now. Okay. Next, we've got the Laughing Eye, Weeping Eye Tarot by Rebecca Schonecker. And this is the same creator as the Shadowspeak Oracle. I got them at the same time because I thought this is a little like pocket tarot. I thought it would be kind of cool to work with this with the Shadowspeak, but I don't know. I did that once or twice, and I think the images on this tarot are just so pared down, so simplified that it almost, I don't know, it just doesn't keep my attention enough. Like, for me, I think there's just not enough going on with the images to make it memorable in a way where I'm like, oh yeah, I really want to work with that deck, you know? Like, that's just not a feeling I have, and I almost think perhaps it feels a bit similar to the Teeny Tiny Tarot, which I love, and I'm so bonded to that deck that I think they almost fit into a similar slot for me. So I'm happy I gave this a try. It's really different for me. But I think when it comes down to it, it's too much white space. Yeah, I don't know, I just don't think I don't think this one is working for me. So I think this one might be going into the purgatory bin to just kind of think over. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. So that is the Laughing Eye, Weeping Eye Tarot. I do think it's really cool, and it's a fun little size. I love the Shadowspeak Oracle. But yeah, I just think I've got other things that I know I'll pick over it, so that's gonna go into that pile. I guess we're starting now. Alrighty. Let's do this. I've got here the Yonasa Yas Tarot. This is the 6th edition. And I mean, I think we all know these decks are gorgeous. They really are. I mean, oh my gosh, this artwork is so pretty. But I don't really feel drawn to use it. Look at that though with the daisies. And part of me wonders if it's the shape of the cards even. I don't know. I think what I've been noticing, like, I'm just in a space now where I love having a good guidebook with my decks. Like, when I'm reading for myself, which is mostly what I do, I want to read the guidebook with it. And this one I don't have a guidebook for, and so I do kind of wonder if that's it a little bit as to why I don't use it, but it's one that I was so happy to have. And look at the morning glories on the back. Maybe this is the time of year more for it, and it just wasn't working before. I don't know. See, now I'm like, ooh, I just need to keep this out. I think it's just because of the shape of it. When I try and pair it with other decks, it looks odd. But perhaps this is one that, instead of pushing it in that direction, I need to just use it on its own and see how that goes. Oh, it's so beautiful, though. I don't think this is one I really could picture myself parting with. just because I love looking at it so much, but I would really like to use it because I think this is one that I could really love. We haven't figured each other out almost, you know? Alright, this is another one that I think it just needs to stay out. That is the Yonasa Yas Tarot. And we're gonna keep this baby out. See how that goes. Alright, next we've got the Mother Mary Oracle from Alana Fairchild. I haven't been using it. I really haven't. And I think most likely the reason why is because I got the Black Madonna Tarot. And I almost feel like having this deck was a little bit of a placeholder for that one. Yeah, I'm just looking through this deck now. I mean, it's beautiful, and I loved it for the time that I had it before getting the Black Madonna Tarot, but it's almost like if I'm going to use a deck with this Mary Madonna energy, it's gonna be that Black Madonna Tarot. Like, I use that so consistently that I don't know, I can't picture myself, like, I can't picture the reason I would go to this instead. Ooh, I do kind of love this, like, old Blue Angel cardstock, though. But I think this is another one that can go into the purgatory bin because, again, yeah, I just don't really know why I'd pick this one over that. And I also have the Mysteries of Mary deck pre-ordered from the same creator as the Black Madonna, so it's like, I almost feel like I'm covering my bases when it comes to Mary decks, that I don't really need this one, so that's gonna go into the purgatory as well for me to just think about, mull over some more. Next, the Crystal Visions Tarot. I was really excited to try this one. I got this one in a trade, and it is beautiful. I want to say somewhere in some description, Stevie Nicks is also mentioned, who I love so much. Clearly, I named my cat after her. What a weird move. I love the artwork in this. I love all the jewel tones. It does have such an interesting energy to it. I almost feel like, ooh, okay. I almost feel like I might like it more if I trimmed the white borders off, though. I almost feel like these images shouldn't be contained with that kind of border. I do like borders. I'm a border kind of gal, but sometimes it does feel like they're added on just because. Ooh, very sorry for that slam. I feel like it happens a lot with these US Games tarots, these older ones. Right? Is this older? It's not old, but older. You know what I mean? Maybe I should trim this. If anyone has this deck and has trimmed it, I'd love to see. Because I kind of think that's going to do something for it. Right? Because I almost feel like this would be a really cool, it's got this like summer night vibe to it. I think it'd be so cool if I paired it with like the Insecta Obscura, Wild Whiskers. It's got this cool energy to it. I do really like the deck. I think it's the white borders that are throwing me off. Oh my gosh, I haven't done a deck trim in so long. I think we're gonna do it. I think that'd be cool. How exciting! Because I haven't used this. But something about it I just like. So, that is the Crystal Visions Tarot. We're leaving that out. I think we're gonna trim it. Exciting! Okay. Alright. We've got 2 more to go through here. The next is the Barbara Walker Tarot, which is one I think Thea mentioned as well. And I feel like, now this is actually one of the vintage copies. I didn't know. I kind of knew, but then, I don't know, I just didn't do my homework. But I kind of accidentally ended up with this off of eBay, so here it is. I don't really see why it's that much different. There's my 2 cents. Anyways, I like it. I do like the deck. I love how there's keywords on it. I like how there are deity associations going on. It's a cool deck. I think it's almost just like, I think it's too much for me a lot of the time. And something about, like, there's so much border going on, so many words in these borders that I'm like, it's like you can hardly see the picture. I feel like that's another, like, I just don't love that about it. I don't know. I don't really actually, now that I'm going through this deck, I'm like, I don't know that this is for me. I really don't know that it's for me, which is annoying because, no, it's not annoying. That's not the right word. Unfortunate because I love hearing other people's experiences with this deck, but, you know, there's plenty of other decks that I love hearing people's experience of, and I'm like, yeah, but I'm good. This one, I wanted that to not be the case, but I don't know that I'm gonna feel different about this one. This one might be going into the purgatory as well. This is a Barbara Walker tarot, and I do have the, I got the ebook. I don't know. I just don't know. And I made such a cute little bag for it. I'm just, you know when you get that feeling, you're flipping through it and you're just like, I don't currently want to use it. I don't want to. And maybe it's just too much right now. So I'm not going to be in any hurry to, you know, rehome it, but just in case that's the case where it's like, okay, it's too much now, but later it won't be. But, I don't know. Anyways, last but not least, the Dark Days Tarot. This is a really cool one. It's the same creator as the Mother Tarot. And it's neat. It's really neat. It's a square deck. And I have done a few readings with this tarot and really enjoyed it. I think it's just an art style that I don't often feel in the mood for. Like this kind of more modern art style. And I mean modern in the sense not of like the movement, but like time period. You know what I mean? I don't often feel in the mood for this kind of art style, I guess. But it does have this like weirdness to it that I like. But yeah, I think that could be why I don't use it much. Also, you know, it's a black and white deck. That's not something I generally tend to use tons. But again, I have liked the readings I've done with this, and it is really cool paired with the Song of the Grandmothers. Yeah, I really liked that pairing. I kind of forgot about that. I do like this as a shadow work deck. I don't see myself, you know, parting with this one per se, but I don't really know why I don't use it more often. It is a bit hard to shuffle because it's that square shape. And I think it just, I need to pair it with more colorful oracles just to keep it interesting for myself. And maybe it's just that when I am doing shadow work readings, I'm not picking out colorful oracles usually, so I don't really feel like think of this one. But it is interesting. I really like the images. They're cool. And the guidebook is really good. But I don't use it. I just really don't use this, and I haven't used it in a really long time. So I don't know if this is one that's going to stick around with me forever. But I think it still could have its time and place for me, you know? So that is the Dark Days Tarot, and that is the last one I have to show you today. That was kind of exciting. I feel like I made some revelations about a few decks, and I've got a few out to you know, play with, because I think it's just that I needed them to be out and in my line of sight. So, other than that, that's all I have to share. I hope you're having a wonderful week so far, and I will see you again very soon.